class of 1983. He was my freshman basketball coach. Very knowledgeable man, very down to earth man, very cool, very understanding, zero tolerance. A part of that class of '95 staff that was doing work, putting that work in on the basketball courts at Hillside High School. I'm just waiting for him to come in. This man is very special to I think all of us that played for the program in Hillside High School. Very, very, uh, man. He was like a father. He was like a father figure. Now I know he's doing his own thing. Played two sports, basketball and football. Some of you guys may know him as high base, but me myself, I know him as Coach Sellers. So Sellers. Everybody call him Sellis or Sellis, but it's Coach Sellers, and he should be joining very. Oh, here he is. He's right here. As soon as you see it, Coach, just come on in, man. We all here. We all ready. Yep, there you go. Yep, come on in. Easy. Here we go.
All
Coach
right.
Sellers, what's going on, man?
Hey, brother.
How you feeling?
Feeling with my hands, man, like always. What's that?
Yeah. Oh man, it's an honor and a blessing, man. Your name was floating around there. I said, yeah, yo, you know what? Let me see if he really want to do this and if he's available to do this. Then I thought about it. I was like, it's quarantine time, so
Them
why
cats
not?
owe me money. That's why they said that.
What'd you say? They said what?
I said they owe me money. That's why they talking about me.
Yeah, man. Now I'm talking about mainly the class of 1995. You remember those guys?
Man, I don't remember. I don't remember years. I just remember people.
The people, okay.
I mean,
So,
I can tell you people like so that mean them guys I just go by now I go by how old people are. So,
okay. So let's get into it. Let's talk about you first. Now you from the class of 1983 at Hillside High?
yes, sir.
Okay.
83, I graduated from Hillside High School.
What's up?
My one and only, one of my favorite places on earth. I try to always go back there too, every chance I get. So I'm very well embedded and invested in Hillside. So
Yeah.
I got to give the football coach the last two championships. I got to hand him the trophy. So like I said, I can die in peace now. We won the football championship and basketball championship. So I feel all right.
Yeah, that's what's up. So now the class of '83. Now, who's in that class with you?
All right.
In terms of football.
So football, that was the first time because in '81 they won the championship, but they won off of a forfeit.
Okay.
But the conference championship. But my senior year was the first time we won it on the field.
Mm.
So all of us were freshmen, and as sophomores, we all got put in the game and got killed. Like we played Rawway. Rawway had like a college team. They had like 9 Division I scholarship dudes on their team, and they smoked us when we were sophomores. So we just held on to that, kind of like that. I'm in that Michael Jordan. Like we held on to it and held on to it, and then our senior year, we beat them at Rawway to win the conference. So.
See, that right back at you. Get right back at him.
That was huge. Like, that was huge. And matter of fact, a funny story about that game is Larry Hazard, who was the boxing commissioner, his son, K-Son Hazard, played with us. He was a corner and got beat the play for a touchdown. And all of us ran in the end zone and looked at him like, man, if we lose this game, we're going to kill you. You walking home. So, and we came up with a big defensive play to stop them going for 2. And we ended up winning the game. So that was huge. It was huge to, actually beat I think we were like the start of that whole, like, football really mattered, that kind of thing. So
right. Now, who's the coach? Who's your coach at that time? You remember?
Larry Capola. Mr. Capola was the coach.
Wow.
But I have to say that before us, they were some good teams. Like they had good teams, you know, like in the late 70s, like when we started integrating Hillside, like, you know, it started getting more blacks moving in, we got a lot better. And I really think like those late 70s teams, we've had some scholarship guys come out of the Hillside there too. So
yeah, that's what's up, man. Now, what about basketball? Now, you play basketball too, correct?
Oh man, so basketball. My freshman year at Hillside, I was the leading scorer on the team.
Wow.
And then my sophomore year, we were so that none of us, you wasn't making the varsity as a sophomore. So we all had to play JV.
Yeah.
But our JV, we won the JV county tournament. And that was like huge. Like we won the whole thing. Because we had a bunch of juniors playing JV because our varsity was so good. Like they were amazing.
Wow. So now, because I know we got time. We got a little bit of time. We got time.
Yeah, all right. Don't worry. I got stories too.
Because I gotta take this different with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with your name giving. You be giving out names. I've heard you give out names. You gave my brother a name. You know, and like
your brother. Well, listen, I gave your brother his nickname. His nickname is a knockoff of the original NBO, and that's
now who's the original?
Darryl Purnell is the original NBO. Like he the original. Darryl Purnell can score on anybody. He probably can get you 12, 14 right now today, but he ain't stopping nobody ever.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Now, I'm gonna just a little trivia, and you coach this team. Who was the most defensive player you ever coached, or been on the bench with Coach Griffith? We're gonna get to that too. Been on coach. Would you and Coach Griffith ever coach defensive guy?
Actually, it's gonna have to with Coach Griff. It's gonna have to be a tie, and probably Isaac Nelson.
Okay.
But just for determination and the Michael Jordan type focus is Lamont Adams or Muhammad now. But
yeah,
Lamont, because but the thing with those guys is I could fuel them with. I remember coming back telling Lamont, I said, listen, this dude Shaheen Holloway, he gonna kill you. He got all kind of moves. He gonna go to the basket, like he penetrate, all that. So it was a play at the done. Shaheen tried to drive baseline, and Lamont beat him to the spot. He backed off. He tried the second time. Lamont beat him to the spot. And then when he backed off, Lamont started clapping his hands and was like, you ain't getting by me, man. I'm just not, I'm just determined. You're just not going to get past me. So, and then that was the rest of that game. But, I mean, Lamont Adams and Isaac Nelson can guard anybody, any position. He's like an unsung hero of a lot of those teams.
Right. Yeah, because I was thinking more so Al Tariq Lynn.
Al Tariq he's an unsung hero of that team because he was Mazeek's like Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean? Like that's what he did for them. But that's what Tariq's job was. Just Tariq did all the dirty work, but a lot of people didn't see it. Didn't show up in the stats. But Al Tariq was that dude. He was a very good defender. I was coaching that team, but Al Tariq, like, man, he did a lot of things that never showed up on the stat sheet. So
right now, because and it's funny you say that because I just spoke to him, and he'll be on here, and he's coming up, and he got he definitely has a lot to say. So I was like, let me get you first, and then get him.
Oh no, he the man. That's my boy. It's just I think a lot of it. Like we talking about, I'm listening to all the old guys talking about it, but a lot of these things like people don't understand, and you got to give props where they are. Like, and you got to go to, like, I could go through the list of Hillside greats all these years and all these great basketball players. But I mean, you got to give guys props where they are and what they did for the program at that time. So
right. Now you're absolutely right, and that's what I try to do it, but what I'm doing is like I'm just getting everybody that I know, have a conversation with them, and give them their props, like how I'm doing with you right now. And you the first coach on here. Last week, Sharita was the first girl. Sharita Freeman was the first girl that I ever had on the show.
okay,
ever. Now you're the first coach ever.
So listen, I gotta say something about Sharita and Sandy Bird and
Yes,
Tiffany and Sharon and Candy and Nika. Everybody tell me I'm a good father. I cheated because I had them to teach me, because they taught me all the things not to do to your daughter. So I learned from them. So I cheated.
Wow, that whole starting five, huh?
Yeah, man. Them girls helped me out a lot, man. They taught me a lot of stuff. And just like, I learned how to be a dad from working with you guys all the time and just having y'all around and what things to do and what not to do and how to be, how to be that cool dad. I had to learn how to do that, but I learned that from y'all. So
yeah, well, I think you're still a cool dad out there. I saw y'all see the pictures of you and your son. I had Richard Bullock on here. He was talking about the school and
yeah. He told me he went to school there. So
yeah,
any weekend you looking for me, I'm down there. I'm going to the games. I ain't nothing stopping me. So
yeah, he's playing football. Your son?
Yeah. Actually, he's playing football and he's on the golf team.
That's something new.
He was walking across campus and ran into the assistant AD, and they asked him to be on the golf team. He said, yeah. So he got clubs, he got the uniform. They wear nice stuff, though. Hey, listen, Tiger Woods, man.
So now, Coach, you guys, how did it work in the summertime? Because back then, we didn't really have an AAU program. And for you guys to keep the guys in shape, or everybody that you ever coached?
Nah, what we used to do is there used to be a summer league in Cranford.
Oh, okay.
So we used to go play in the summer. So everybody played, like you all played all summer long. So it wasn't, I'm laughing, but one of the guys played with me he's one of the best players I ever played there. But for 2 years, we would either go to Central as a 5. The 5 of us started. We would go to Central as a 5, or we would go play in the summer league. So we played together. My 5 guys that started my senior year, we played the whole from the end of the season to the next year. We did that. But when we were coaching, we had that summer league. And then what we would do is we would go down to Newark and take kids down to Newark and go play. So I was down in Newark with Randy Fall, Belush. We would go play in the summer. We take them guys down there. And it was kind of AAU, but it was like a lot of the top guys would go around and we would take them guys around. So I kind of feel like I have a hand in the old, some of that older part, and then some of the new stuff too. So I had a hand. I feel like I had a hand in all of that. Because no one knows this, but I used to take James Mazik to play basketball every Sunday with me. I used to take him every Sunday, and we would play with these older guys. And I'm like, yo, man, listen, when we walk in here, if you call a foul, they're going to beat you up. I'm just telling you. You can't call no fouls. So he would go and play, and them guys would be knocking the snot out of him. But he would hold his own, and they're like, well, man, that dude, he going to college next year? I said, nah, he ain't even in high school yet. So he kind of helped me out a lot with coaching, because I was coaching, and then he got me down to, when he transferred to Florida International, I got to go down there for a week to do basketball camp. Absolutely fun. That's before Miami got large, he was in Miami. Man, that was so much fun.
Well, the guys responsible for me grabbing you tonight are now in the building.
Oh, who is
if
that?
You look down at the bottom of the screen, you can see it.
They better not say nothing fast. I could type something back to them too, right?
Yeah, you whatever you want to do, yeah.
Oh Lord.
You got Damien in there, you got
Oh, that's Damien right there.
Yeah. And
Matter of fact, I'm telling you, the best part about it is last summer I was in Atlanta, Called Damien on the phone, and I went over to his dad's house. They were having a cookout, and I took one of my boys with me, and we crashed. So, it's all Hillside love, nothing but.
Now, when the last time you been to Hillside?
We played my school, Lindenwall. I'm at Lindenwall now. We played Hillside this past year.
I mean, like just
in basketball, yeah. And then I went to Griff's dedication. I go up there all the time, man. I'm there all the time, as much as I can. Not all the time, but I went one time. I've been there once in the last. We played there in February. We played.
Okay.
So now, we lost, but it's,
Now, what year did you actually leave Hillside, though? Because I think the year that you left, I left. I graduated in 98.
I was at Cumberland 97 or 98, somewhere. Now, I'm not good with the years, but I know Lamont and them had graduated, and you guys, Damien was a senior. I left with Damien. When Damien graduated, that's when I left.
No, because you coached me on the
yeah, that's right. That's
freshman.
Right.
That was 94.
Yeah, man. Well, whatever. I was at Cumberland 97 and 98. So
that sound about right. That sound about right. Damn, coach. And you doing straight football, or you doing football and basketball down there?
I was actually I went there to be the football coach, and then the basketball coach quit. And the funny thing about it is they had won 3 games in the last 3 years. 3 basketball games. They were terrible.
Oh.
But it was like they had all these 6'5" dudes walking around. I'm like, man, y'all are no good. So the coach quit. I went to the superintendent. I said, listen, I'm telling you this. If I don't win 3 games before Christmas, I'll quit myself. I promise.
So how'd that work out?
I was talking bold, talking trash, but they hadn't made the playoffs in 15 years. So we made the playoffs both years. So that was huge. Like they had never made it. So they went from 3 wins to 12. So it was big time. It was fun though. I had a lot of fun doing it.
So you had to work them out then, right?
Oh yeah. I said we put on it. We called it the gorilla press. I call it like it's like like groping you like a gorilla. Yeah. We just all over you. So.
Oh, so you had nothing to worry about. Just get the steal and go ahead and go.
Just had to get them going, and we was doing like this. A lot of stuff that we did is like taxi, fast break, all that. Yelling. The cats is like, what are they yelling? They're yelling taxi.
Yeah.
Get it out. Let's go.
So good up. Now, Coach, now I'm gonna ask you this, and you know everybody. So I'm gonna ask you, out of coming to Central, you can use your era, the guys you coached, anybody. Who are the top 5 guys that you ever see play the game at Central from Hillside?
At Hillside?
Yeah.
All right. What's the criteria for, like, you got to give me some criteria, because you can't because see this, you can't just say the best 5 guys. I mean,
you want to go.
You can't say that. You got to give me some type of criteria.
Okay, let's go with that played basketball to this day. That's playing basketball to this day.
All right. So listen, to me, there's only been one player in the history of the school that was all state. That means he's one of the best 5 basketball players in the state that year. Okay. And that's Tony Little.
Wow. Okay.
So he's the only all-state player we've ever had.
Okay.
So he was all-state. So he was one of the 5 best players in the whole state of New Jersey.
Right.
So he got to be somewhere up there. He got to be somewhere up there.
Okay. Let me throw a name to you then. Let me give you an alley-oop. Let me Victor Wells.
Vic was good. I was a little boy watching Vic play. Vic was nice. He was real nice. I mean, Vic was he was no joke. But like you giving me a criteria, so I got to go with Tony.
Okay.
The first championship we ever won, the best player on that team was Mazik.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then it's a place in my heart for my boys. So, I think Lamont Adams, he played Division I basketball and football. So, I mean, you can't say, gotta throw my man J.J. Lewis in there. Gerald Lewis played basketball at Wagner. He was D1, straight from Hillside, straight to Wagner. So, like, you can't, I can't say that he's not one of the best.
Wow.
I mean, so, I say with Mazik, and then, like, guys who I think are in that upper echelon of guys are, like, Isaac, Al Tariq, Purnell, Dwayne Arrington.
Right.
Shoot, man, I can go all day long with naming guys. But, like, to me, the 5, like, top guys, and this dude played with JJ, Eddie Manuel. Ed was 6'8". Ed was, like, he was ridiculous. He had to go to a JUCO, though, out of school. But he was 6'8", smooth. Him and JJ played together. So that was a good team, too. We've had some really good players, like a lot of them.
Now, what was it like coaching with Coach Griff? Like, you guys together was like the best. I was a kid coming in, and you guys were like father and uncle to me.
Man,
my brother, and like, what was it like coaching with him, man? Because I know that it might be a little touchy, but
yeah, it is. Coach Griff was. I'll tell you, the first time I met him, for probably about 8 or 9 years, we had a tough time beating Roselle. We couldn't beat them for nothing. And it seemed like every time it was a big game, they beat us. Every time. So I remember I'm like, man, I'm going to the game tonight because we played at Madison High School.
Right.
We're playing Roselle at Madison. And we had played them that year, and they blew us out at Immaculata because there was a fight or something. We couldn't play the game. So they played it on a Saturday at Immaculata, and we got blown out. And, you know, all my boys from Roselle was in my face talking junk. I'm like, man, bump y'all. We going to the game, and I'm riding with y'all to the game because I'm telling you, we finally going to beat y'all. And they was like, yeah, all right, bet, because we going to have a good time clowning you on the way home. So we go to the game. We win the game. When the game is over, that's our first, oh, man, I go down into the locker room. Now, Coach Griff don't even know who I am. Randy knew who I was, and then the other kids on the team knew who I was, but Coach Griff didn't. So I bust kids, I'm hugging Randy, and then I go to Coach Griff. I'm like, Coach, we did it. Congratulations. I hugged him real hard, and like turned around, I go talk to somebody else, and he goes to Randy like, hey, man, who is that guy? He was like, yo, man, that's Sellers. He went to school here. He's our #1 fan. Don't worry. So after that, he came and like he started talking to me. So I was like, Coach, man, you don't know how long it's been since we beat these guys. We can't beat them. So he said, well, you know, we got them now. Bump them. We trying to win the championship.
right.
So of course we go on and win the championship that year. But the best part about that was I know, like, because I work the championships at Rutgers now, where they have it all roped off, and they told us everybody got to stay off the court. But I'm like, you can't tell Hillside people to stay off the court. So we absolutely bust on the court and celebrated our championship. That was our first one ever in basketball. So
what year was that?
That was 1990.
Wow.
Matter of fact, James Mazik made a bet on the free throw line about a milkshake to hit 2 free throws. There was 2 pressure free throws. This dude on the line, calm and cool, hit 2 free throws like nothing.
Wow. They got that there, yo. That's great, man. That's a great story, man. And that's how you met Griff. And then ever since then, it's been smooth sailing.
And so, yeah, well, so I'm like, he thought I was crazy because and I think like the football coach at Hillside now, I know he thinks I'm crazy too because I did the same thing to him too. Like I basically did the same thing to him. I just bogarted. I was so happy that, you know, we won the championship and I was just in there. And he was like, who is this dude? I mean, I knew who he was and I knew his brother, but I never talked to him. But once I went in there, he was like, oh man, I see what you about. I said, I'm about Hillside, man. That's it.
A lot of people got that Hillside blood in them, man. You know, like it's like I'll go to the game, check it out for a minute or whatever, you know, win or lose, just to go check it out and see what's going on. You know, still a loyal fan.
Always, brother. Like I said, I got the gift. in my life, I've got to give my coach's son his 2 championships trophies, and then I got to give the coach of Hillside 2 championship trophies. So I'm good right now.
Yeah, so man, you on the road, coach.
Nah,
you on the road.
You know, but like Coach Griff was, I don't know. I really don't like him and I. He started letting me coach there, and I know what happened. His car broke down. So when I first started coaching, his car broke down, and I used to have to give him a ride.
Right.
So for like 3 or 4 days, I just gave him a ride. And one of the days we stopped at my house, and he got out the car, and me and him sat on the porch with my dad, and we talked a long time. And we ended up talking a long time, and his wife was yelling at him, and she was like, "Yeah, sure, you was with Coach Sellers." I was like, "Nah, well, he was with me. I mean, I ain't." But she knew, like, you know, she just knew who, like, we just was tight, and talked to my dad for hours, man. And then he, you know, I know, like, when my father passed, he was real big on helping me, like, get through that. And, you know, he just started letting me coach. And then every year he started letting me do more and more. And I'm probably one of the only people in the state of New Jersey to ever coach the varsity, the JV, and freshmen all on the same day.
Yeah, that's right.
It's because of him. Because I coached the freshman game. I came back. When I come back in the middle of the freshman game, the JV coach quit right in the middle of my game. So I had to go coach the JV team. Then we played the varsity game, and then Griff gets thrown out of the game. So I had to coach the varsity. And then I had to coach for 2 games. So you talk about pressure. So we ended up, that was a playoff game too. I coached the county game. We played for the county. And then I coached the playoff game. Woo.
I remember that. I'm like, yo, and then somebody just told that story about that too. I think it was Kenny.
Yeah, man. That dude got me thrown out of he got thrown out the game. And matter of fact, that night I went to grab him to sit back down, and I ripped the back of his pants. So his pants was ripped, and he got thrown out the game. And then here I go, and I'm coaching the team, and like they looking at me all crazy. But you know what? I have to tell him that's the night I knew I wanted to be the head coach. Like I knew that night, like, because once it got thrown on you, and he said that to me, like, yo, you don't know until you get in that fire that's what you want to do. So, you know, and then my other favorite moment with him was he was at Atlantic City and I was at Cumberland. Yeah. And we went to play them. So Lamont and Ike and Kendall, some couple of them guys came down for the game. And I just can't tell you, it's like playing your brother, man. It's hard to win against you know, somebody like that, man. And like we were winning the whole game. And they were ranked, man. Like they were undefeated and big time, and we were beating them. And, you know, he said, hey, I know that your team was going to be ready to play. I said, if they ain't play hard, no game, it's going to be this one. So we go and we played the game. And he had this kid, Rashad Kirkland, scored like 18 points in the 4th quarter, and they beat us. But it was all right with me. I ain't care. But it was, I guess those are the things like I'll always remember. Like I'll never forget, you know, those kind of, and all of those wins and winning all those games and all the stuff at Hillside and just him and all that at practice. Him and Randy and Sparrow, they would go smoke cigarettes and I would do all the defensive stuff. So they'd be like, yeah, all right, man, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. 'Cause that's all I talked about was defense. And they like, yeah, right, all right. You go ahead. We're going to go smoke a cigarette. I said, all right.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely, too. I really do. Because I really like, damn. Because I was a kid. Like I said, I was a kid. I'm coming in. I'm like, what? Is this only one coach? Where's Griff at? Where's Star?
Yeah, nah, man. Listen, they knew. They was like, oh, man. Because them guys used to be like, man, stop leaving us in here with him. This dude is crazy.
I know we ran a lot. The one thing about the program and one thing about us as a team, and each year and all the teams that I saw before me, we ran a lot. And
yeah, but you ran more than you thought you did because you doing all of those drills.
Yeah.
and you don't even realize that 2-on-1,
Yeah.
3-on-2, 2-on-1, that's nothing
Yeah.
but running. Like that's all it is. Like we just, all the scrimmaging, all of that is running. You ain't doing nothing but running.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
you guys were so confident and you could beat anybody. Like we could beat anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Wow, man.
Phil
So,
talking about legends.
yeah, let's go. We got time.
Phil. So to me, the early guys are like Victor Wells and this dude named Harvey Wooten. They were the best players of, like, 70s, like that. Then it's a couple cats on that plaque from 74. They were pretty good. But, the 80s is, I got to give my man, he played overseas too. I forgot about my boy Tat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I forgot about my man Tat. Tat Tucker. And I know Phil has said something about Eric Dabney, but I thought Dave Burks was a better player. His mental game wasn't about as he wasn't as mentally strong as like some of the other guys. But Dave
Right.
could score. We had a bunch of guys, man. We've had all kind of talent.
Now, what was Central like? I don't know if did you play at DePaul or you played at Central?
Nah, man, what? Listen, if you couldn't get a run at Central, I think that's why, like, when I got to Jersey City and I started playing basketball, like, people were shocked. Like, man, how can you look at how big you are. And when I went down to Morehouse, the same thing. Like, they like, man, you can play. I said, look, I play basketball 4 days a week, man. I can play some basketball. Yeah. So, you just learn that down there. So I know, like everybody said, I think that's what's wrong right now with kids today. Mm. That's why you guys are competitive in everything that you do, and you can understand about being competitive, because if you go to a park and if you lose, you got to wait an hour, then you're going to compete and you're going to play hard, and you're going to pick a team of guys, and I ain't picking all the scorers. I ain't gonna pick everybody that want to shoot all the time. I'm gonna pick me some cats, play some defense and rebound and some scoring. Like, to be honest, when I used to go to Central, I was coaching the team because I wanted to stay on the court. So, I've had my days at Central where I ran 10 straight. I've had that. I've been on those teams. Yeah. And then I've had my one and sit down and like, man, this is crazy. So
yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question while we at it. Bob Ender, Mr. Ender. Did he play, or now what's his?
Ender played back in the day. He
did play back in the day.
He older than me.
Yeah, because I see him everywhere. He talked basketball.
Yeah. Ender was the man. Ender, we had a good time. Ender coached me when I was in high school.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so he had just started. He was just starting. Matter of fact, one day I got kicked out of practice. Walked from the high school. I walked all the way home. I lived right down the street from WOK. So I walked all the way home. I was so mad. I walked all the way home. As soon as I got home, Ender was at my door, picked me up, took me back to the school to Mr. Silver was our coach.
Wow.
And Joe Silver, he took me back. Mr. Silver took me to the diner and talked to me. And then I was cool ever since. No problem.
What'd you do?
I just got mad. I got mad because I don't know what happened. I think and I got mad about it, and I just was pouting, acting like a baby. And so he came, took me to the thing. He's like, yo, man, you a leader on this team. I need you to lead the team. And I was like, you know what? You right. And so after that, we kind of got on the run. But my senior year, we beat Roselle. They were undefeated. They were undefeated, 2 in the state, and we beat them at Hillside.
Wow.
Yeah, so I remember a lot of those games. Like, it's a lot of those, because I know the year after I graduated from high school, I came to Roselle for the section championship.
That was your brother, right?
Tony Little. My brother. Tony Little. Okay. My brother played with Tat. My brother played with Tat, Dave Burks, Dabney, all of them guys. Larry Silas, like all of them guys. My brother is with those guys. It's just so many, it's so many names that I could just throw out there. But, man, you talk about, shoot, Hank Hall. These are all my eras. Leroy Jackson played. And I'm talking about when I was in high school, the varsity was so good that you could forget being on the varsity.
Yeah.
You had to bring it, like, to make the freshman team was tough.
Yeah.
So it was hard, but like I just think that competitiveness, like these kids today, they ain't competitive like that.
Oh no, hell no.
They don't want to compete. I know, like coaching football, I tell these guys, like, man, you know, you see this guy, he can't make this move. He can't make a move on a guy and make a miss because he ain't play no street ball. Because in the street, that's all you do is make moves to make people miss.
Right.
But when you go to Central and you go play ball, you better bring your A game or you're going to be sitting on the bench.
or going home.
Yeah, but that's why I got tight with like Tat and people like that, because we just would, you know, we would go down there and go play and like they were younger than me. So I was like trying to help them out, you know, give them the blueprint, like, hey man, look, we all in this together. So I'm trying to help y'all as much as we can, try to give back to each other. So that's what it's about, man. You got to turn around and give back and give some of that knowledge back to these younger guys and get them. I went by Central, I was about to cry, man. There ain't nobody out there. I'm like, what is going on? This used to be like guys from everywhere used to come over there.
Right. Yeah. It totally fell off. Totally fell off.
There's nothing happening over there now.
No. Not at all. And I'm going to tell you something, Coach. I coach basketball now, too. I got the 7th and 8th graders over at this Catholic school. And I can tell you, if you came in and walked in through that door, every practice is just like how we used to have practice. Every practice. From the deep sixes to the suicides.
There you go, brother. That's it.
I took everything that you taught me. I instilled it in them kids, and I've been doing pretty good at it. We've been winning championships. I got 2 back-to-back, and then I got some, like, sprinkled over there a little bit. Because of the dudes. Well, I'm gonna say because of me. I don't want to say because of this bad team, but
Kenny just said all the kids, they got trainers. I'm like, man, yeah, they all suck now. They're not tough. They all suck. They all prima donnas, and they don't want to get sweaty or dirty or nothing, man.
All of them.
You got to play with people. You got to play the game. You can't. You know, and they on the AAU team, and they think it's, you know, I just personally think, like, if you just went to the park and just did that, I think you would be good to go, man.
Right. Because a lot of people don't do that no more, man. I mean, like, and the park is right there. The park is right there.
Yeah, but there ain't nobody going to no park because they got a trainer that they paying $40 an hour.
Yeah,
I could be making a mint. That's why I won't train anybody. I refuse to. And if I do it for free because there's something that you should, you know, like training is good, but you got to play. You can't, you ain't getting good shooting. Oh, a parent was arguing with me. My son shoots 100 shots. Oh, okay. In the backyard every night. Yeah, but he can't get past anybody to get the shot up in the game.
Yeah, like what's that for? Like,
right.
So it's just like the video game. The video game.
I'm anti these trainers. Even though I have trained kids, but I did it for free. I never charged anybody. I know people got to eat and all that, but I'm not. It's just I have a moral obligation. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I train my own kids, and I'll train, like, you know, people I know, guys on their team, girls on their team.
Right.
I didn't charge anybody.
Right. Like, I mean, 100%. Like, if I got the gym, I'll let you come in, and we're going to work on some things. But if you're not with that, then nah, I can't. Nah. And I'm not going to charge you a dime.
Yeah, I don't charge them nothing. So, you know, I'm in there. Woo, y'all killing me.
Well, Coach, check it out, man. We got to do this again sometime. I don't want to make this too long like Tats. But you helped me out a little bit. I wanted to give you your flowers, show you some love.
Nah, man, I appreciate it.
Huh?
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. You just don't know, like, I'm just telling you, like, when you're doing a job and you're doing something, you don't realize the effect it has on people because like you told me about these and I started listening.
Yeah.
And I've listened to like guys saying things about me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I can't even describe. I'm rich beyond measure because, you know, I feel so good that so many people felt highly or thought enough of me. Like Roger said something, Phil and everybody, Damien, like it's just the way people treat me, like getting invited to people's weddings and people having you at their house and all that kind of stuff. You doing this and like you just don't know. Like I was at an AAU game a couple years ago and I saw Phil across the gym, and he saw me and stopped what he was doing and ran and hugged me. And like, I'm just like, dang. And my daughter was like, who's that dude? I'm like, yeah, he played for me. So it's just, I really want to just thank you, thank everybody. I've being at Hillside was probably the most fun I ever had in my life because I ain't really have no bills then, so I was fun. I was happy, and every one of them guys, I love all of them. Roger, Damien, Bullock, Phil, Dirt Durrett, my boy. I got to give him some love. MBO #2, you, all these guys, man. Listen, I'm rich beyond measure. I thank you so much, man. I just can't even tap crazy behind. Like, it's just, I'm rich beyond measure just by the lives that I've had influenced and the people that have influenced me. So like all my guys, Kendall, Lamont, Isaac, Chimo King, Arrington, my boy Dwayne. Dwayne is probably one of the best leaders we've ever had. I didn't shout him out enough. But Dwayne took a team of 3 sophomores and a freshman and led them to the States. So that's a leader. Like he was a true leader. So, you know, I could, you have weeks talking to me about some Hillside stuff. But
you know what? We're gonna do this again, probably like next week, next Monday.
Whatever, man. You do whatever you want.
All you answer that phone, we good.
All your people could get questions or do whatever they want, because I could talk about any of them guys that I said. But I don't even think I gave a top 5, did I?
Yeah, you gave a top 5. You gave a 5. Yeah.
Oh, there go my boy.
Yeah, he in there.
Monty
I told you,
G's.
all half of them in there.
Monty G's. Monty G's, I shouted you out, man. I told him what the deal was. So, matter of fact, listen, I used to go up to Lamont house and beat him and Isaac all the time, crush him. I used to go crush their feelings, and I never let them win, and I talk junk to them all the time. So, you the man. I appreciate you doing this, man.
I appreciate you just joining me, man, and being here.
This quarantine, I needed some love today, so I appreciate it.
Yo, you definitely got it. And to everybody that's up on here, they about to see it in like another hour or so. Just go to the YouTube page, check it out. I got Coach Sellers in the building. I got everybody here. Phil, Lamont.
Who did? I don't even know. Like, see, all right. So here, watch. This would bother me. Everybody got a different name. Like some of these cats, I don't know who the heck this is. Who is some of these folks? I see Phil Moore, like people with names I can remember. And you know what else is funny? Like people walk up to me and like, man, you don't remember me? And I'm like, look, man, I've probably coached 1,000 people. Yeah. So it's so hard to like, and I hate to be like, man, you know what? I forgot your name, man. You know, I'm sorry, I forgot. But sometimes, I'm getting older, man. I can't be remembering all them names.
And it happens sometimes because it's happening to me. I'm 40, and I see these kids coming.
Yeah, I can't even believe that. So look, so watch. So my original Hillside crew is Omar McAfee. Okay. Al Tariq. No, not Al Tariq ain't old as them guys. Mazik. And my man, Omar. Omar is almost 50 years old. I know he is. They got to be 6, 7 years. He's 45, 46-ish. Whew, I'm struggling. I know when Lamont turned 40, him and I forgot about my boy, Gerard Bishop. Like I just. Oh, yeah, Gerard, yeah. If I just keep talking, man, and I need to, I can go all day. You know, if I keep talking, I could just go all day just with the guys that, that was there and played, and all the memorable stuff. And like I used to talk junk to y'all when I coached, because I'm like, yo, I averaged 24 points a game as a freshman. I know that. I remember that. I mean, I got the newspaper articles, so don't sleep on me.
Yeah, right? But, yo, check it out. We're going to wrap this one up. It's about to be up in another few minutes. Coach, thanks again for coming on. We love you. We got you. And we're glad that you're doing good.
Yo, man, I'm doing great, man. Anybody, y'all looking for me, you know where I'm at. Holla at your boy.
All right, Coach.
All right, man. Have a good night. I'll catch you later.
You too.
Peace.
Peace.